are with Senior Sales Director Kat McNeil, and we are about to do a video on some 3D face shaping on me, your gorgeous bare-faced model just at the minute. Really sort of simple technique to be able to introduce to your own makeup routine and to that of your clients as well. I'm going to just pop my hair back. We're going to get started. We're actually going to start with a foundation primer, of course, which we're going to use a liquid foundation brush to apply. Nice clean one. It's always really important that with each different shade of foundation we use, or every single different colour product actually, that we use a clean, fresh tool for each one of those. Never, mixing colours on brushes and things like that. Reason being is it gives us a really nice, clean, fresh makeup look when we keep our brushes separate. Okay, and the first shade of foundation, I'm actually going to do it back to front today. The first shade of foundation I'm going to use today is actually the darkest colour. Normally I would do this colour last as a final sort of step, but we're actually going to work darkest to lightest, just so you can see really clearly where I'm applying the darkest colour. Okay, Beige 4, which is really quite a dark foundation shade for me. But we're going to apply that in a 3 shape around. Can you see? It's sort of a disjointed 3, starting on the top of the forehead, really working up into the hairline, so that we don't end up with a mask effect happening around our foundation at the end of the look. We want everything to be nice and blended. And hopefully you can sort of see there in that darkest colour, that shape coming around. I'll quickly do the other side. You can see with my foundation brush I am a pat, pat, pat motion rather than a wiping back and forward motion to apply my foundation. It's really interesting actually the different ways you can apply foundation depending on the look and the effect that you're after. Foundation will actually do a really different thing with each different technique that you do use. Okay, so change your foundation brush. We're now going to jump to my lightest colour, which today is Ivory 4, again in the Luminous formula. Luminous formula is really, really great on a normal to dry skin. My skin's particularly dry, so I always use a Luminous foundation. But also for this next coming trend look is actually more about that really natural, dewy, wet, natural shine thing happening. So, even if you are naturally a combination to oily skin type, then if you follow fashion trends, the next thing is to actually have a really wet, dewy, shiny, luminous look. Not reflective. You don't want it to be, reflecting off everything, but it's actually so. Something to try. Step outside of your comfort zone. Combination to oily skin type, try luminous foundation rather than the matte wear foundation, and just see if you can get used to that more shiny look. It's funny, isn't it? We usually want what we don't have, so a combination to oily skin, you usually want to be able to take away that shine, and a normal to dry skin usually actually want some of that natural glow, because our skin can be so dull and matte already. So you can see there that I am popping that Ivory 4 foundation is sort of coming through this section of my face and down through this section of my face. And again, a pat, pat, pat. And we are done. Not too much blending happening at this point. We have got, we're going to do actually some of that blending with my next shade. So shade number 3, which is Ivory 5. Ivory 5 is, as a general rule, that's my personal foundation colour if I was doing all over the one colour. Ivory 5 is me. Okay. We're going to use it today just to, again, a clean foundation brush, use it today to blend. We haven't done up through here yet, so we're just going to soften those two colours together. We're not mixing the colours, but blending through. And then again at the top, we're just going to blend around. Just with less product is more like, you know, less product is really important here. It is just there for blending and softening and binding those colours all together. You can see that without too much of anything, those colours are actually, they're merging in together really, really well. Okay, really important too that you are the same colour face, neck and chest. So you can see there that I'm quite a little bit darker than what I am on my neck just at the minute. My neck will always, anybody's neck will always be a lighter colour because the sun will hit our face and it'll hit our chest, but it generally misses the neck area. So it's really important that you do, especially when you're using a darker foundation shade, that you're blending down nicely so that everything mixes really, really well. My body is quite a darker brown sort of colour as well, which you can't see overly well with this top that I've got on today, but you get the idea. So just to blend down to ensure that you are you can see there that I'm actually not quite as fussy on my neck as what I am on the rest of my face. Naughty cat, naughty. Okay, just to change that colour just ever so slightly. Okay, so 3 colours of foundation on just at the minute. I'm actually going to press the pause button on you guys just now. I'm going to apply the rest of my colour and then I'm going to come back to you to finish off. Just before I scoot away though, I do, you know, as I'm finishing off foundation step, really clean mineral powder brush, and I'm just going to, again, soften those edges back. While I press pause and do that, a really good thing to do at this step is to actually take a flash photo of yourself. Okay, different lighting will actually do really different things to your foundation. So where you put it on and it looks quite blended really well, you know, in your bathroom, at home, wherever you do your makeup at, take a flash photo of yourself and you'll soon see where you could maybe improve on your blending just ever so slightly. So usually, for me, I know when I'm doing a makeover on somebody or even on myself, I can find that I need to blend more through here. The lighter colour stands out from the darker colour around the outside of our face, so it's really important that you do come back and that when you take a flash photo of yourself or the people that you're doing a makeover on or your guests at an appointment, that everything is blended still when you take a photo. Okay, I'm going to press pause. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and I'm done completely. Even thought I'd do my hair for you guys. So 3D shaping in a nutshell. This is the finished colour sort of product. I'm pretty neutral tones today, just with a little bit of highlighter, bronzer, cheek colour, and one actually just crystalline as my eyeshadow, and basic lip gloss, or lip balm even really, today, while I'm in and around my office here. I have just coming back to the 3D face shaping, come back through this section of my face with our highlighter in the Mary Kay range, and I've come back through with the bronzer around the 3 shape. So again, pretty distorted, making sure it's blended right down through our neckline, back on with a little bit of cheek colour. Taken a flash photo of myself just to make sure that everything is looking even under the evil eye of a camera. So again, depending on what you're doing, whether you're everyday sort of makeup, whether you're off to work, whether you're at home in your office, you know, whether you're a casual day out and about with the kids, whether you're working in the beauty industry at whatever level that you do that on. I know for me, it's really different when I'm, doing makeup, when I know that I'm out and about with my little wrap bag during the day versus when I'm going to be on a stage somewhere training or teaching. Makeup can be different, and that's so okay. But the purpose of 3D face shaping, what you're looking for is to ensure that once you've taken that photo with a flash, because that's a harsher light, things are looking really blended so that you are set up for all occasion, whether it be on stage or catwalk or, out in the playground as we do. Okay. One more note on that is that, the idea of that, remember, the idea of this is to add some contour and some face shape in there. The drawing the 3 on the side of your face is something that suits most face shapes. It's not actually for everybody, but it does suit most shapes, whether you be round, square, oval, heart-shaped face, whatever it be. You can genuinely adjust and tweak a little bit. That was a basic application that I've done here today, but it can vary depending on on all of those different things. The thinking behind anything like that is that always remember in the back of your mind that we wear a light colour clothing because we want to make things look bigger, which is actually unusual for a woman, or we wear a really dark black, deep colour clothing when we want to make things look smaller. So it's the same sort of theory. Light colour through the centre of our face draws the centre of our face out, and a dark colour applied around the back, around that 3 shape, actually pulls our face back, and adding a little bit of colour onto there. So it's the same thinking. It's a play on light. I guess I have got about 1.5 minutes left, so I'm over and out for this one, but I'll be back with some more. If you are a client and you don't, if you're a personal client of mine and you want to know how to do those techniques, please just say the word, and we'll book you in for an individual consultations or a group appointment with your girlfriends, and we can certainly teach you how to do that and work out your foundation shades and all of that sort of stuff. If you are a consultant and you're watching this video for training techniques, the best thing that you can do is to practice on yourself, and really hone in those skills and get yourself 100% down pat with the techniques that you're going to use and teach. And that self-education scenario. If you're watching this video and you don't have a Mary Kay consultant, feel free to comment, whether you're seeing this on YouTube or Facebook or whatever platform you're seeing this video on. Please feel free to give a comment, and reach out, and I'll personally get back to you. Just now. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.